Hi everyone, once again Francis Moment here. If you have subscribed to my channel and you've been receiving my videos lately, I would like to say thank you. For those who are new and just saw some of my videos, I welcome you to my channel. I will be producing a few other videos, specific videos for specific channels that I'll be creating. For now I'm posting generally. Today's presentation I will continue from a previous presentation that I presented earlier based on Proverbs chapter 31. My first topic was based on chapter 31. Proverbs chapter 31 was those who abuse alcohol or excessive consumption of alcohol will result, or they are already poor or miserable, or will end up poor and miserable either way. And for today's um, topic is quite interesting, and it is an ongoing research that I'm doing. But I just want to point out a few key areas from the Bible and as well as from my observation. So we'll go to Proverbs chapter 31 and we'll refer to the text that I'm talking about, which is another perspective of wisdom that we can get from Proverbs chapter 31, which is the mother of King Lemuel. So King Lemuel received some wisdom, advice from his mother, and there were a lot of wisdoms that his mother shared, which we will be learning throughout the sessions and presentations ahead of us. So, without further ado, let's jump into the text. It's found in Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 3. It says, "Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings." The text that I'm interested in is the first part, or part A of verse 3 of chapter 31 Proverbs. It says, "Do not spend your strength on women." Proverbs chapter 31 is not against women. However, there are many things that a man can mix his priorities and make wrong decisions and end up being the victim of his own choices and decisions. So there are few things, and I believe a good woman will bring you happiness, enjoy life, but choosing a wrong woman with wrong attitude will ruin your life. So I've got a few things to research on. That is, my premises are that um, women women can affect men's happiness, right? Emotions. A woman can affect his weight, man's weight. A woman can affect man's height, and a woman can affect woman's reputation. So, and the text, the verse itself says the strength. So, women can also affect man's strength, and we can see this text in the life of Samuel. Samuel chose a woman that his dad and mom are not happy about his decision, which they advised him against, but he still wanted. In Judges chapter 13 and onwards, you will find the story of Samuel. Uh, it says in verse 2, "A certain man of Zorah named Manoah," that's Samson's dad. So Samson. Um, from the clan of the Danites, and a wife who was sterile and remained childless. So they have no child. And an angel appeared to Manoah. That's where an advice was given to Manoah to preserve the child's purity when he's born and grows up. And he related the story to his wife, and the story went on. But what happened was that when Samson grew up, he chose to get a wife from their enemy country, from Philistine. In verse 1 of chapter 14, says, Samson went down to Timnah and saw there a young Philistine woman. There, when he returned, he said to his father and mother, I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Now get her for me as my wife. His father and mother replied, Isn't there an acceptable woman among your relatives or among our people? Must you go to the uncircumcised Philistines to get a wife? But Samson said to his father, Get her for me. She's the right one for me. How does Samson know that she's the right one for him? That's a question that an individual should be considering when choosing a wife, especially young people. Samson went down to Timnah together with his father and mother. So the story went on. Samson finally married the girl after his own heart, the girl of his life, the girl that she loved. And the story went on. And we realized that Samson died because he loved the woman so much that he told her the secret. Okay, and that resulted in his death. So why would Samson give away his strength, his secret, to a woman that he loved? So that's the advice that the mother of Lemuel tried to give to Lemuel, King Lemuel, that don't give your strength to women. The second story is about reputation, and that is the story of David. It was a time of the year where his soldiers are fighting, and he should be with his soldiers, but he probably chose not to go, and so he was up in his house, looking down and across, and saw a beautiful woman, Bathsheba, and things happened, and David's reputation was corrupted. And so, and anyway, David still repented and said sorry to God for the sins, but the consequences remained with him. His reputation was corrupted, his reputation was spoiled by that woman. But was that woman wrong? Is it the fault of a woman? No. The advice to the mother of Lemuel gave to Lemuel is about that man. It's about man. Just think of Eve and Adam. Eve did a mistake. And why didn't Adam let Eve face the consequences alone? No. Adam chose to face the consequences together with Eve, even him knowing what will cost him, but he still chose to. And so, apart from your own choices that you make, um, there are women who can bring happiness and good life and enjoyment, but there are women who will bring trouble, destruction to your life. And so, you making right decisions and you understanding the right person to be with will determine the kind of life that you will live. Through my observation, um, I've seen our men from a good build and have lost their skin and flesh and have grown so bony and skinny. I've seen good men turned into drunkards, and and their life, their reputation, everything was affected. But one in particular that I'm interested to mention, especially young people, is that through my observation, men stop growing taller when they have sex with women. I've seen that through myself, I've seen that through my cousins, I've seen that through my nephews, I've seen that through my friends and in my community. Once a man gives his strength to a woman, the moment the man, the young boy, a teenager, have sex, his height stops and his uh, growth it becomes slower. I've seen in people, and even when they were growing taller, I told them, you know what? If you make a wrong decision, the moment you decide to give your strength, when I say giving strength to women, I mean sex. By the time you give your strength to a woman, you will stop growing taller, and I pity you. And few months and years on, I realized that they're not growing any taller, and I know what happened. And so this is my advice to young children, single boys especially, coming up with a good build. Remember, by the time you give your strength to a woman, you will stop growing tall. It is evident, it is obvious. I've observed this over a number of years and on number of people, and there is no doubt with it. Please retain your strength, your growth, your build, your height, your happiness, and commit it to the right purpose and to the right person that will help you grow, nurture you, and make you enjoy life to the fullest, especially when we only have few years to live on this earth. May God bless you, and I will come up with more perspectives, and keep following me and you'll get my updates.